Welcome to this body scan meditation. Consider the next 45 minutes or so to be an opportunity to dwell completely within your body, without any other place to go, without anything else to do, but simply to be present in this moment as it is. Taking this time to settle yourself in a posture of some comfort. It might be lying flat on the floor, or mat, or cushion. But if that's not right for you, you can do the body scan sitting up, or even standing. And whatever the posture you choose, just taking a few moments to settle in. If you're lying down, noticing the points of contact between your body and the supporting surface. Notice where the surface is supporting you and where it may not even be touching. If you're lying flat, arms at your sides, palms up, if that's comfortable. But in any position that works for you, just beginning to have a sense of the body as it is, aware, perhaps, of any activity in the mind, any sensations in the body, any lingering effects of the moments leading up to this one, and just taking note of them. No need to push anything away. Thoughts are here. Simply noticing that they are here and choosing to be aware of the body itself. Having a sense of the body as a whole, from the top of the head down to the tips of the toes, thinking of your awareness as a kind of floodlight that encompasses the entire body. Aware of the body, breathing, without having to breathe in any particular way, but simply allowing the breath to come and go as it does. And as you're ready, allowing the beam of the attention to narrow, to become a spotlight, and to become a very narrow beam that moves down your body, down to your left leg, down to your left foot, into your left big toe, bringing attention to just this one small area of the body, and taking note of what you find here. You are aware of sensations, the touch of clothing, warmth, coolness, numbness, tingling, even lack of sensation. Just noticing that. And to whatever degree you may notice other things, other sensations in the body, passing sounds, simply bringing the attention back to just this one point, taking in what you are aware of just here, just now, not having to strain to become aware of anything in particular, but taking note of what's there. And as you're ready, moving that beam of attention to move across the toes of the left foot, moving toe by toe by toe, aware of whatever arises here. You're aware of tension or relaxation, lack of sensation, seeing if you can actually be playfully aware of the points between the toes, where one toe ends and the other begins, being curious about what you can find without needing to find anything in particular. Simply being aware of these toes in this moment, in this body. And beginning to move your attention to encompass the rest of the left foot, the ball of your foot, the sole, the arch, the heel, the top and sides, even the bones and tissues inside the left foot. If you find yourself straining to feel something or focusing diligently on any particular part, seeing if you can just soften your awareness and allow whatever arises to arise. Aware, perhaps, of the complexity of this part of the body to which you've rarely paid much attention, unless it's giving you some difficulty or challenge. Perhaps aware of the point of contact between the foot and the surface upon which you're lying, noticing where the foot ends and the mat or cushion begins. And each time that you find your attention has wandered to some passing sound or thought or feeling, simply but firmly bringing the attention back, in this case, to the left foot, not having to push away whatever you became attached to, but simply choosing to feature the left foot in the center of your awareness, in the beam of that spotlight of attention, taking the time now to move that attention now to the left ankle, leaving behind the toes and the foot, and featuring the left ankle, another part of the body you may not have attended to unless it gave you some pain or discomfort or difficulty. Being curious about what you find here. And as you're ready, moving the attention to the lower leg, the calf, the shin, the muscle and bone and tissue inside the left lower leg, just holding this part of the body in awareness, just as it is. You may notice a sense of touch where this part of the body touches the surface upon which you're laying. You may notice the movement of air. You may notice temperature, tension, or relaxation. And even if tension is what you encounter, not having to do anything about it if you choose not to. Not having to have this experience be any different than it is, but simply taking note of it as it is. And if, at any point, you choose to let go of tension, allowing that to be a mindful process as well, in which you're aware of the intention to let go and aware of letting go and returning to awareness. And allowing the attention to move to your left knee, taking note of whatever you discover here. It may be a subtle twist. It may be no sensation. It might be discomfort or pain. Seeing if you can encounter whatever you encounter with a sense of that playful curiosity, a willingness to be present with it, just as it is in this moment. Always the opportunity to return to the left knee whenever the attention has drifted. Whenever you found yourself attending to anything else. And moving that beam to encompass the left thigh all the way from the top of the knee to the hip, the largest bone in the body inside. An area in which some of us will tend to hold some tension, and if that's your experience, then acknowledging its presence, simply noticing where you feel what you feel, what's here, just now, and letting go of having it have to be different than it is. You might be aware of a whole variety of different sensations, depending on which part of this area of the body you're attending to. One part may be warmer than another. One may be tenser than another. Simply taking it in, allowing the experience to be what it is, and letting go of any need to make it different, to change it, to improve it. And gathering the attention and moving it now, moving that spotlight across the hips to the right side and down the right leg, and moving down, all the way down to the right foot and to the right big toe, encountering the right big toe just as it is, noticing any tendency to want to compare it to the left big toe or anything else, and simply tuning in to the experience of this toe in this moment as it is, even if what you happen to be aware of is no sensation at all. And as you're ready, beginning to move your attention across the rest of the toes, one by one, simply taking in what you find and noticing what's here, coming back to these toes if your attention has gone somewhere else. Simply being aware of the toes of the right foot. Moving the attention now from those toes to the rest of the right foot, the ball of the foot, the arch, the heel, the sides, the top, taking in the right foot as a whole, including the muscles and bones and tissues inside, not having to be aware of any particular part of the foot or any particular sensation, but taking inventory, if you will, of whatever happens to be here. Allowing the attention to now move to the ankle, letting go of awareness of the foot, not getting ahead of oneself to the rest of the leg, and simply resting here in the right ankle. Encountering it just as it is, without having to be any different than it is. slowly moving the attention to encompass the area of the lower leg, the calf, and shin, and everything inside, just holding it in awareness, noticing what you notice. Along the way, you may encounter certain points on the body, certain opportunities where emotion may appear, where difficulty arises, and seeing if you can continue to adopt this same awareness, this willingness to engage with whatever arises, to encounter things as they are, and choose to stay with the particular part of the body we happen to be on at this point, the right lower leg, acknowledging the presence of whatever comes, and choosing to stay present with the body in this moment. And choosing to move the attention to the right knee, noticing what you notice. Moving attention now to the right thigh, just exploring little by little, not having to encompass the whole thing at once if you don't choose to. Becoming aware of the back of the thigh, the inner thigh, and the outer thigh, the front, whatever happens to be here. Being curious about what you find. Simply taking it in. And as always, if you happen to encounter tension and choose to let go of that tension, you be mindful of that process that begins with awareness and maybe followed by a thought or an intention to change the way that area feels, and a purposeful letting go and returning to awareness of this moment.